Joe Cordina defeats Edward Vazquez via majority decision. Again, another questionable decision in the eyes of many. Did the Welsh wizard swish and flick and grant himself the win? I don't think so. I think he landed the more significant shots, but it was definitely a close fight. This is the first defense that Joe Cordina's had since regaining the IBF Super Featherweight title, the two-time Super Featherweight World Champion. For me, out of all the boxers we currently have, he's definitely the most exciting, especially in the UK. I think he's the most put together fighter. He moves well, he boxes well, he's defensively sound, and he bangs if he catches you on the whiskers. What was he doing boxing in Monaco though? That sad venue. I don't know, whenever anybody boxes there, it just seems so dead and bland, an absolute snooze fest. And yeah, I just really feel for anybody that boxes there. I just couldn't imagine getting myself up for it, especially at that sort of level. So yeah, I figured I'd just go through this fight round by round, just kind of break it down, since it was another controversial win in quotation marks. I thought Cordina won, but I just figured that I'd just cover this round by round. Ding ding ding. First round. There wasn't really a lot in it, really, the first round. Cordina was doing a lot of work on the back foot. He's also doing quite a bit of work on the inside too. It's just kind of mixing and matching. I think he was just trying to gauge Vazquez. In this round, he landed a nice corkscrew uppercut and a nice body shot that just sucked all the wind out of Vazquez. Vazquez hit him with a nice few choppy shots, choppy hooks, and hit him with some nice body shots, but they weren't really eye-catching to me. They were really like little pity-patty shots. So for me, the first round I gave to Cordina. The fight really lit up in the second round. Cordina took the centre ring, but Vazquez just had other plans. Vazquez just launched out like a steam train. He was launching hooks, straight shots, you name it, body shots, all against the ropes. He pushed Cordina against the ropes, and that was pretty much a lot of his game plan that night. Cordina then soon settled back. He maintained centre ring again, and this is where things got interesting. They went toe to toe, and they were just slinging it out. But for me, the most eye-catching work came from Cordina. Vazquez just hit too many shots on that high guard that Cordina likes to employ. And yeah, I just wasn't a fan of that. Cordina landed some beautiful body shots, and he landed a great straight right return after receiving one from Vazquez, which I just thought was the most significant shot of the round. So I just thought the second round went to Cordina. As for the third, again, there really just wasn't much in it. That is pretty much the fight teed up, summarized. There was just, the whole fight was just really close. Each round could have swung either way. I thought the right hook that Vazquez landed right over the top of Cordina's shot that he went to throw was the most eye-catching. But throughout the rest of the round, I just thought he was far too inactive. If I was to edge it to anybody, I think I would have to give it to Cordina. I just think he just kept up that work rate. He also landed some decent shots throughout. It wasn't just that sort of one shot where we were just like, wow, let's give it to him. He landed quite a few significant shots. I don't think the fourth round's up for debate. Cordina definitely took that. He landed some nice left rights. He did some good body work, and he landed a very, very good shot. An uppercut up against the ropes. But again, I just thought Vazquez just kept on hitting the gloves, and they're not really scoring shots. Yes, he had a lot of volume, but the pity-patty stuff, nothing really significant for me that really stood out. Vazquez really just applied the heat in the fifth. He was getting on the chest of Cordina. He isn't the most powerful fighter, but he was landing. And even though they were pity-patty shots, they came in volume and in bunches. Cordina in this round seemed to slow down a bit, and Vazquez had the first word and last word in most of the exchanges. Vazquez, at the end of the fifth, landed a nice left hook and right hand. So that round definitely went to him. The next round was just a complete toss-up. It could have just gone either way. Cordina landed some decent uppercuts, some right hands, and he was doing some good body work during the 6th round. Vazquez, on the other hand, applied the pressure. He was pinning Cordina against the ropes. He landed similar shots, but he was landing them in bunches, and he was really kind of just forcing the pressure in there a bit more, and I like that. I think the more eye-catching work came from Cordina, but because of the volume of shots that Vazquez was hitting Cordina with and the pressure, I thought it was a Vazquez round. One thing I must say is I was really impressed by Vazquez. He would seem to apply the pressure and land some shots, but then he would go on the back foot, ease up a little bit, and then look for the counters. It was really intelligent, effective boxing. It kind of almost built up a false sense of security for Cordina, because he was then obviously applying the pressure. He's like, oh wow, I've got him here. But then pop, 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 left hook, right hand, as obviously Cordina is walking in. It was good stuff. Cordina just needed to keep it simple, get on the jab, circle off the ropes. But he was fighting Vazquez's fight. He did exactly that in the 7th round. He boxed beautifully behind his jab. He used his footwork well and punished Vazquez whenever he edged forward. He was using some good lateral movement as he was moving around the ring, moving left to right, and whenever Vazquez came in, bang, get punished, mate. Get punished. He was just really offsetting Vazquez's footwork. It was a really, really good round from him. Cordina carried on that same sort of momentum into the 8th round. But Vazquez really did start applying the pressure. He came out super, super aggressive. It was definitely a nip and tuck round, but I thought the more eye-catching work came from Cordina. I enjoyed the variation to head and body, his inside work and outside work. He landed a great uppercut and right hand towards the end of the round, so I just thought that Cordina edged that for me. The 9th was just nip and tuck again. Both men did good work at the start of the round, but as the round progressed, Cordina just kind of started fading. Vazquez is just super snappy with his straight shots. He landed some good uppercuts, and he landed a great double left hook as the round ended. So that was definitely a Vazquez round. Woof! The 10th round comes along. Literally completely lights up. It's off the Richter scale, mate. Both men were just trading back and forth like your local market trading shoddy goods. Again though, I thought the better eye-catching work came from Vazquez. He just kept on dinging him with those left hooks. He hit him some nice jabs, and he just implemented some good body work during the course of that round. Cordina did well in spurts, but his head just kept on pinging back and forth. Too much for my liking. Vazquez just kept on lighting him up with that left hook. Possibly a shot that Cordina needs to look at a little bit. Maybe look into defending that a bit more, because that might just be a weakness across the board. Cordina was doing some good movement in that round, but he only really landed body shots, and Vazquez landed head and body shots, and the head shots count more notably to the judges. So that's why I gave it to Vazquez. Vazquez again was just doing that in between, that pressure style, and also boxing on the back foot. And he was really punishing Cordina when he came in, just pinging him with that jab, dinging that head all day long. The last and final round, both men just came out for a good old-fashioned shootout. Vazquez really applied the pressure, landed some good hooks, good jabs, all good work from Vazquez. But Cordina landed some peachy left rights. He did some good body work, and he landed with a beauty of a jab. But for me, this round was probably one of the hardest to score. There wasn't really much in it, but if I was to edge it to anyone, just based on prettiness, I'd give it to Cordina. It was a good fight, a really good showcase of boxing. Should Cordina have really struggled? Probably not, but Vazquez really did come to fight. He looked to rip those titles from him. Props to Vazquez, he really just did put on a good show. But my overall score total, I actually scored it 115-113 in favour to Cordina. I don't think we can rule it a robbery. I could see why some rounds might swing the other way or the other way. At best, it could have been a draw. but I actually preferred Cordina's work. I just thought he landed the harder punches, and yeah, I just wasn't a fan of Vazquez's pity-patty punches, and a lot of these punches were landed on the gloves. But yeah, what's next for Cordina? I wouldn't mind seeing him in the ring with Leigh Wood. I think out the two, I'd probably pick Joe Cordina in that fight. Just think that Leigh Wood is a little bit vulnerable at this stage. He put up a good valiant effort against Josh Warrington. Obviously he won that contest, but I just think he's a bit chinny for me, and I think Cordina's got the power to maybe do that. But yeah, I'll probably make a video on that closer to the time. But anyway, if you did enjoy this video, please make sure you drop a like, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bash.